If you really think about it, it's really sad.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why do I eat that?
Exactly, because most people are compassionate, right? Like, most people don't enjoy watching animals being tortured and like their throats being slit, right?
Yeah, no, that's...
Yet we're conditioned from a young age to like not think about it. Yeah. But do y'all feel that since you don't agree with it in your hearts, do you think that it's morally justifiable to pay for these products? Yeah.
Like, I grew up with it, so...
Exactly.
Yeah. So you just, it's one of those step-taking process, kind of. Yeah. So, I have friends that for real, I have friends that I do it with, so they do like vegan tacos. Yeah, like vegan tacos and stuff.
Yeah, pretty good. So you've had tasty vegan food before?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know it tastes good, right?
Yeah.
So if you can have tasty option number 1 for dinner versus tasty option number 2 that involves like violence and environmental destruction, it's like, which makes more sense, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. But there's also really good like mock chicken, and like there are good vegan cheeses out there. Yeah. But yeah, we just feel like if you have like tasty option number 1 and then tasty option number 2 that involves violence and environmental destruction, like which would you choose? You know what I mean? In Wisconsin, like, you know, the Dairyland or whatever, my boyfriend's from there, and in Appleton. But he lives in Boulder now, and he's vegan as well. But we went home to visit his family for like a week, and we went to this cabin in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. And we were going to the grocery store to get some food, and he was just convinced that there would be no like vegan alternative products that we're used to buying here, right? And I was like, no, like it'll be fine. Like, and we go to this grocery store, and then we come back with bags full of like vegan burgers, vegan ice cream, vegan like all. It's more widespread than you would think, and like the reason why you don't kind of see it is because you're not vegan yourself. You know, like before I went vegan, it wasn't like a thing that I thought about, right? So I was just like, I'd go to the grocery store, buy what I normally buy, you know, eat what I normally eat. I wasn't really like looking for alternatives. But once you know they're there and you know what to buy, there's lots of really tasty mock meats and cheeses and stuff like that. So you don't actually have to sacrifice taste.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning I was working for a neighbor of mine, and she's vegan. Her husband is not, but she cooked up the best quiches.
Oh yeah?
And it was just like, so.
Yeah. Well, that's a good step that you've at least like tasted really good vegan food.
Well, if it's prepared well, it doesn't matter what kind of
So exactly. So let me ask you this. So if you had like tasty option number 1 for dinner versus tasty option number 2 that involves violence and environmental destruction, which would you choose? Well, I mean, okay, so is rape, you know what I mean? Like, we're never going to completely eliminate things like rape from existing. Like, there's always going to be rapists, right? But that doesn't mean we shouldn't, like, minimize it to the best of our ability. So, like,
as far as we can.
Exactly. Yeah. How does it make y'all feel?
Well, yeah, here's my feelings.
It hurts your heart, yeah. It's pretty sad to watch. That's kind of why we're showing it, is because most people are compassionate and they don't like watching animals being, you know, tortured. But this treatment is inherent in the production of animal products. So it's like, in order to eat them, you have to like subject them to this.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. That's why I probably can't watch it. I like to eat chicken, but then sometimes I stop eating meat.
Nice. Yeah. And that's like how the industries want it, is they want people to not think about it, because it creates this like, you know, cognitive dissonance where you're like, oh, like I don't support this, but like I like the taste, so you're like, yeah.
It's a journey for sure.
Yeah. But the cool thing about it being 2019 is there's so many alternatives out there, like really delicious vegan food.
Yeah. I'm trying. I'm making my food. I am making
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm getting better and better every day.
Because it's like if you can have tasty option number 1 for dinner versus tasty option number 2 that involves like violence and
I think I totally eat vegetables over chicken anyway.
or you can even have vegan chicken like mock meat, you know.
Yo, how when me eat them, I wonder when me eat. When me tell them say me nah eat no fish, nah no meat now. How when me eat them, I wonder when me yam. When me tell them say that I'm a vegan man. How when me eat them, I wonder when me eat. When me tell them say me nah eat no fish, nah no meat now.